Well, hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Shani and I'm a part-time reseller, and today is Monday. It is August the 18th, and I have a small ship with me. I have only 2 items going out, but I wanted to go ahead and get on here. My sales have been down in the last few weeks, so I feel like I have not been recording like normal. I try to do one every night, but there are just some nights where like I don't have any, or I only have one, and I feel like, I don't want to waste your time or mine. So anyway, but I did have 2 items sell today while I was at work, so I figured we can just talk about them, and then I will give you my weekly numbers from last week. So the first item, both of these are eBay sales. No Poshmark or anything else today, which Poshmark has been a little bit more active for me than, I don't want to say my normal. I don't want it to be my normal, but I'm really trying over there. But sometimes I'm like, I'm just doing all of this for no reason. But I've been having some consistent sales every, I feel like I'm getting a sale probably once every 2 days or 3 days right now, which kind of stinks because I know there's some of you that are definitely Poshmark sellers and you that's your main platform, but that is just not the case for me. eBay is technically my main platform, and then I cross post over to Poshmark. Oh. Anyway, this was a pleasant sale. I picked it up at the Goodwill outlet. I think I got it on June 21st. I got it for 98 cents, and I just sold it today for $16.99. It is a cute, the Wild West. It is a kid's small, and it's a Junior Ranger, and it's Yellowstone or Grand Teton National Park. Very cute little kids vest. I saw it at the Goodwill outlet, and I thought, I could see people getting that. I mean, it's a souvenir destination type, little vest, but I could see people getting that if they're also going on a vacation, or maybe their little kid got one on a vacation and something happened to it. So anyway, I picked it up. My cost of goods was 98 cents. I sold it for $16.99, which is pretty dang good, I think. And then I did donate $1.70 out for my charity I donate to. And my net profit is $11.96. So I'm very happy with that. This was an early morning sale, and I am happy to see it go. Just gonna go out in a 10 by 13 poly. I get these on Amazon. I used to have a list of things I picked up off of Amazon, but for some reason my Amazon links weren't working. One of you guys actually told me they weren't working, and I've been so, I don't want to say lazy, but I've just, it's like when you have a list of priorities and they always trump whatever else you need to do. That's kind of how I feel. So I have not went back in and figured out why my links don't work, but I usually find the best price ones or good priced ones with good reviews. So anyway, this is also going out in a 10 by 13. I can make it fit. And it is a Wonder Wink women's scrub set teal. It is a size medium top and a small petite pants. So the sizing I thought was probably maybe gonna be a problem. It definitely takes a certain kind of body shape and size for this. And I decided to go ahead and purchase it. I got it in a bag sale. It actually looks like it was hardly worn. I'm just gonna be honest. It looked brand new when I picked it up. I did wash it And for some reason it was laying over, I didn't have it hanging, it was laying over on my little, where I have pants and shorts that I need to get listed, folded up. It was laying over there. And I was like, oh, that's great. Now I'm going to have to give it a good old rub down with the fur catcher, the dander catcher. So I really debated on getting these, but the condition was really good. And I thought, well, I can go ahead and give it a try. So this brand is, oh, sorry. Where's the logo at? The logo is somewhere. This brand is Wonderwink. So this is a size medium. The sizing was kind of rubbed off on the shirt, even though it looks hardly worn. So I'm not sure kind of what happened there. And the pants, I don't know if I noticed the difference in sizes at first, but I definitely noticed when I got home. I don't remember noticing, but maybe I did. And I just thought, well, it's a good brand. I'm gonna go ahead. Here's the pants, and the pants are kind of a flare-ish pants, but so pick these up. My cost of goods on July the 9th were $1.11, so not bad. $1.11. And then I sold them for $16.99. I sold both of these items for $16.99 today. So I donated $1.70 to my charity off of this one as well. And yeah, my net profit is $11.83 on this one. I am just giving it, for some reason this material wants to hang on to every single, like, oh, I bet it's from my carpet, because I do a lot of my pictures on my carpet. Yeah, it's like just like dander, like fuzzies, and this, it is the material that picks up every kind of little fuzzy there is. So here I am now trying to get all the fuzzies from my, and I always, before my carpet is new carpet, and usually before I start laying clothes down, I vacuum good as well. Okay, so I got that side, so now let me get this side. How was your Monday? Let me know in the comments. Comment in the comments. Throw me an emoji, or tell me how if you're a reseller, tell me how your day's been. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a great day. Yeah, I just had one of those days where tempers were flaring. Sometimes the healthcare field is like stressful. I know every field is stressful. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying my job is any more stressful than anyone else's, because I feel like we all have different stress in different ways, no matter what we all do. But it was definitely one of those stressful healthcare days. So, okay, I think I'm done with this. I'm like, how much more rolling can I do? So, cost of goods, $11.83. I definitely can't quit my day job. Oh, maybe one day I can, after I pay this debt off. So, I have to stop buying jewelry though, I'll tell you that. I really need to get going on it, but I did pick out like 5 jewelry items, and I quickly posted them tonight. Tonight's kind of one of those nights where I just told my husband, I said, my nights from work go so fast, and I know we all feel that way. there's so much I want to do every night, and I feel like I fail at that. And I know that's not the truth, but we all feel this way. I feel like a lot of us do anyway. It's a normal part of living in life, but okay, so there that is. So it is Monday night. I am going to give you my totals for last week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give you my debt fall totals because that I did make my payment tonight, but it hasn't caught up with all of the payments, because not only did I make my payment tonight, but the monthly, my monthly payment came out of my bill account and it paid. So not only, so the debt I'm paying off, a monthly payment is getting paid, the minimum payment is getting paid every month out of my bill account. And then I take 20% of everything I sell weekly, and I make a 20% payment. So like last week was August 11th through the 17th. I had 24 sales, which I had 24 the week before. It's kind of weird. It's kind of running simultaneously, because the 2 weeks before that I had 17 sales, maybe 2 or 3. And then here we are with 24 sales. So I had 24 sales, but my profit was quite a bit lower than the week before. I had a couple higher sales. So this week, my net profit for the entire week was $296.66 out of 24 sales. So I'll let you do the math on that, but for average net sale. So I take 20% of that, which is $59.33. This was my 20th payment. So I have paid on this piece of debt for 5 months. I have been consistent. So 20th payment is going to be $59.33. I figured that out. I logged in right before starting this video and I paid it, because I have found if you don't stay on top of it and say what you're going to do right when you know what that is, I could easily put off paying that $59. And then, next week I'd be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to pay that $59. And then the week after that, oh yeah, I've forgotten to pay that. And then it just builds, and then you find out that you just forget about it and you just don't pay it. So if you are reselling to pay off debt, I would highly suggest you stay on top of yourself, make yourself accountable, and consistently make yourself do it. That is how you're going to see it fall. That is how, especially on things with high interest rates, things of that nature, you've got to get that paid down so that stings a little bit less. So that essentially that's what I'm doing. When I figure out what my payment's supposed to be, I try to log in right then and just go ahead and make a payment. I put the app on my phone just because it's easier for me to stay accountable, and it's easy to get off track of that too. So kind of like, what I was saying, we all have busy lives. There's a lot of things we're thinking about that we push off till the next day, and that's just one I can't afford to push off. I want to make a payment as soon as I can, so it's less interest rate that next month. So the 20th payment. So for the entire 5th month I've paid now, I did figure that out. I've only paid $219.20. So let's think about that though, because that doesn't sound like a lot, and it's actually the least amount I have paid monthly. So the 4th month I paid $271. For some reason, the 3rd month I paid $263. Oh no. Oh yeah, it's still higher. $257 on the 2nd month, and then the 1st month has been the best, and it was $374. It was really good. And that was right around March when I started that. Yeah, March 31st through April 6th was my first payment. So anyway, when I think about March and April, it doesn't seem that long ago, but here I am 5 months later and I'm still paying on it. And so I'm proud of that fact. I am going to hang in there until I pay this stupid thing off. And that's the way it's going to be, because it has to be that way, because I want to be able to quit my full-time job. I want to be able to do this full-time. I want to retire earlier. I want to pay my house off. And the only way to get started on extra house payments, which we do try and make little small extra ones, but the only way to really get going on that is if I can take my reselling business up a notch as well and pay off all the others. So all that to say, I will give you the exact totals of what I still owe, what I've paid overall. I will give that to you in the next few days once my app and that catches up with the payments. My regular payment went through today, as well as this payment I just paid tonight. So, you know, once you pay those, they stay in pending status for a couple days. So I'm going to let them go through, and then I will give you kind of the totals. I'm pretty excited to tell you, because it's hard work. It's hard work. It's kind of like losing weight. It's so easy to gain it. It's so easy to gain debt, but being consistent and making yourself stay accountable is rewarding, but it's very, very hard. So that's what I got tonight. So if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and hopefully if I do anything with this YouTube channel, it's empowering other people to take control of their finances, pay off their debt, and resell. So, because it is fun, it is a hobby, and who wouldn't want a hobby to make money, right? I mean, a lot of hobbies just blow money. But this is one. It's fun for me. I love thrifting. It's a hobby. It brings me joy, but it can become tiresome and it can become overwhelming. And sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, and my profit piles, you know, they start getting piled. And yeah, all that to say, but I still can make money with my hobby and pay off debt. So anyway, have a blessed Monday. I'll see you later.